Hi, I'm Mark Nelson, board member and treasurer for Chicago Lights. I'm standing in front of the Chicago Lights Urban Farm, a collaboration with Growing Power. Over the next several minutes, we're going to take you inside the farm so that you can get a sense of what happens here, as well as the vital role that the farm plays within the community. The Chicago Avenue property sits at the corner of Hudson and Chicago Avenue. Farther north are some of the row houses that remain from the Cabrini Green Housing Project.
In previous years, we were a community garden, and this space was utilized for community growing. But as an urban farm, all of this is used to sell, and the money from the proceeds will go back into the program.
I love the place because I watch myself grow and watch the garden grow into a farm. So I actually know what it is, what's different from a farm and what's different from a garden.
So this is our first hoop house that was installed on the site. We use this space to grow greens and spinach throughout the winter. A section of the farm is dedicated to kids. We do a lot of programming during the summer, and this area is a laboratory for them. The beauty of this farm is that not only is it a green space in this neighborhood that really lacks a lot of green space, but it's also a safe space for children and youth to play and learn and just be.
I have seen this land go from good to bad to worse. Then when they created the farm made a great difference in this neighborhood because they began to hire kids in the neighborhood, began to show them how important that this farm is. And it's really important for the kids because a lot of the kids turn around, a lot of kids are going to the penitentiary.
We found that as far as really engaging the immediate community, the folks that live within the neighborhood, the way that we were doing that best was through our youth programming. So we have 30 high schoolers that work here throughout the summer and then after school as well. So they come out and learn all aspects of farming. So from building the soil, planting the seed, harvesting, maintaining the farm, post-harvest handling, marketing, and cooking as well. So kind of all full spectrum.
I ain't know nothing about gardening when I started at all. At first I didn't even know if I was gonna make it through it, but I got good at it. I think I can become something, make something out of this one day.
The Chicago Lights Urban Farm plays a really big impact in this community. When it initially went in 8 years ago, it was installed literally in one day. So we came in, we put wood chips down, we put in soil, and everybody in the neighborhood came out to check it out. One kid in particular, Malcolm Evans, who's been working with us for the last 8 years, is a product of that. So he came to this garden and really showed up every day.
I didn't even know where food came from. I thought it always came from a grocery store. Now I know that you could just pop that seed in the ground, a couple weeks you're gonna see a sprout, you're gonna see something growing up. So that's why I think it changed a lot of people's lives. And it changed me too because I didn't eat fruit and vegetables like that. Like now I eat vegetables, like deep vegetables, like eggplants, stuff that you wouldn't imagine a teenager eating.
So one of the things that we're really focusing on at the farm is creating micro-enterprise development for our teens. One of the biggest buy-ins for the kids that we work with is to show that they can actually make money doing this kind of job, and to really show also that the food system has thousands of job opportunities. And so some kids love growing food, and so creating food that they know that they can sell in the neighborhood. Another aspect is compost, and it's one of the things that our boys really love to do. We have a crew of boys who we really have to fight them to come plant and seed, but if we tell them we have compost in the truck, they're all over it. And so one of the most empowering things I think that I've seen working at the farm is that crew of boys really wanted to create their own compost business. And so those guys created this compost scheme of how we could collect it and when we would collect it, and whether we charge money or do some kind of partnership where they would have to buy the products that we then would be able to grow out of the compost that we got. And so they take this compost, they build beds and grow more food, but they also sell a portion of it at farmers markets to avid gardeners.
I love it. Keep me busy, keep me out of trouble, keep me away from negative people. Positive place to be at.
The mentality here has always been this one of conflict, and how do we stay alive? And I think that this space really helps change that dynamic. So it's no longer, how do we hustle to stay alive, but how do we create a business that's going to sustain me in the future? So it's kind of creating some of these street norms and changing them in a way that's really going to be profitable for themselves and also for a better society.
My plan for my future is to become a farmer and start my own business. Like go out in the South or somewhere and I have people working for me, got my own youth corps, got everything under me. That's my future.